Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting. This is my first ever ASMR video and I would like to read books and maybe tap on some items in later videos. I look forward to your comments and any advice. Now let's just get started. I'm going to read Miss Lily's Fabulous Pink Feather Boa by Margaret Wilde and Kerry Argent. Up north, where the hibiscus flowers were as big as dinner plates and the trees blossomed with white cockatoos, was Miss Lily's tropical holiday house. When the last Potteroo struggled up the steps of the holiday house with her big suitcase, she nearly died of fright. She had no idea that Miss Lily was a crocodile, and such a big one. During dinner, the last Potteroo kept glancing nervously at Miss Lily's enormous snout and at her strong, sharp teeth. She felt much better when Miss Lily said kindly, "I have a very small appetite and I only eat fish." Later that night, when the other guests went up to bed, Miss Lily asked the last Potteroo to have a cup of peppermint tea with her on the veranda. At first, the last Potteroo was too shy to say much, but she soon found herself confessing, "I'm so lonely. I think I'm the only Potteroo left in the whole of Australia." Miss Lily patted her paws. I'm sure that somewhere there are others of your kind, she said. You must be brave. You must go looking for them. Maybe one day, said the last Potteroo, but she didn't know if she'd ever be brave enough to journey very far. During the day, the guests rode down the long brown river, went for a walk in the rainforest and lazed in the hammocks. Sometimes the last Potteroo joined them, but mostly she just followed Miss Lily around or sat for hours on top of the hill, gazing at the long red road that wound south. In the evenings, Miss Lily took off her apron, put on a fabulous pink feather boa and danced the tango. The boa, which had belonged to Miss Lily's mother, and before that to her mother's mother, made Miss Lily look splendid. So young, so carefree, so joyful. When Miss Lily finished dancing, she always flung her feather boa into the crowd. Once the last Potteroo caught it, and as she draped it around herself, everyone exclaimed, "It suits you, you look so wonderful." The last Potteroo sparkled, feeling for a moment that she could do anything and everything. It seemed to the last Potteroo that the feather boa was somehow magical. She started dreaming about it, and when she woke up in the mornings, she longed for the evenings so that she could once more see the boa, and if she was lucky, catch it and drape it around herself. One morning, while Miss Lily was weeding the vegetable garden, the last Potteroo tiptoed into Miss Lily's bedroom and opened the trunk in which the feather boa was kept. She only wanted to put it on for a moment, just to feel it curling around her. But as if in a trance, she found herself picking up a pair of scissors from Miss Lily's dressing table and snipping off a piece of the boa. Humming under her breath, the last Potteroo folded the feather boa away in the trunk and took a little piece to her own room. She slept for a while, but when she woke up and saw the scrap of boa next to her on the pillow, she was horrified. How could she have done such a thing? And what would Miss Lily say when she found out? But the next time Miss Lily wore the fabulous pink feather boa, she didn't seem to notice anything different about it. The last Potteroo buried the piece of boa at the bottom of the hill. For nights afterwards she was plagued with dreams of the boa wriggling out of the soil and dancing up the steps of the holiday house. At the end of the month, the guests went home, family after family, until only the last Potteroo was left. "Goodbye," said Miss Lily. "Goodbye," said the last Potteroo, struggling down the steps with her big suitcase. She didn't want to go home. She wished she could stay longer, perhaps as Miss Lily's helper. "Wait," said Miss Lily. The last Potteroo turned around, beaming. "This is for you," said Miss Lily, and she gave the Potteroo, the last Potteroo, her fabulous pink feather boa. "Oh," said the last Potteroo, "thank you." She wrapped the boa around her body, around and around and around. As she did so, her eyes shone, her fur was gleaming, and she felt she could do anything and everything. Suddenly her joy evaporated. "I can't take this," she whispered. "I did something dreadful. I wanted your boa so much that I stole a bit of it." "I know," said Miss Lily softly. They hugged each other hard. "I hope she finds what she's looking for," said Miss Lily as she watched the last Potteroo disappear along the red road that wound south. In the months that followed, Miss Lily often thought about the last Potteroo. One afternoon she received a postcard, and taped to the postcard were two tiny pink feathers. "Dear Miss Lily, I can't wait to tell you my news. See you next Sunday, and please make a booking for 10. Your good friend, no longer the last Potteroo." Very early the next Sunday, no longer the last Potteroo and her new friends tiptoed through the gate of the holiday house and up the steps to surprise Miss Lily. With the biggest hug ever. That is the end of our story. I hope you enjoyed it.